Hey y'all, welcome in to another episode of our Sistas Keeper, the Tyler Perry Sistas unofficial live after show with your good sis you let us talk TV with. And unfortunately, tonight, y'all, we will not be joined by Allie Nick, but we are going to send her all of our well wishes, all of our healing wishes and spirits and prayers because she is not feeling good. She's a little bit under the weather and she's taking time to rest up. So, Allie, we will miss you. And we're going to continue to unpack this episode. Y'all, let's just jump right on into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are y'all rating this episode as I shout some of y'all out? We had one little old week in between in between the episodes, and now we're back. Short hiatus and we're back. Can y'all hear me okay? I didn't even check. I just started talking. Everybody can hear me all right? Oh, okay, y'all can feel better, Allie. Exactly. Okay, great. Love it. No hitches. I love it. Um, I'm hoping that she gets better too, y'all. Life be coming at you fast, and we got to take care of ourselves. So I'm just so grateful that Ellie is doing what she needs to do to take care of herself. She's listening to herself. She advocating for herself. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see who in the chat. Money Green say you was first in here. Money Green Tay was first in here to talk about the writing is really bothering me this season. I don't like it and I don't want it because why are they doing Karen like this? Tyler, you can have this show. I fear y'all. I have to kind of like, I just gotta healthily detach, I think. For my own mental health, I have to healthily detach. Let me hold on one second. Let me fix something real quick, and I'm gonna jump right back in because I can't give Tyler and them. I can't give Tyler and them no more my nerves to irk. I can't. I just don't have it. I don't have it to give them. I do not have it to give them. But I feel you, and that's why I'm moving the way that I'm moving because I don't have it. I don't have it in me either. So I completely understand why you feel the way that you do. Okay, what's going on with this? Hold on, y'all. I'm having a little bit of issues. Couple technical difficulties. Keep dropping your ratings in the chat. I'm going to read all of that. I'm going to do my shout outs. I just noticed a little bit of an issue. Just a little bit. Shout out to Morgan State. They had their homecoming. Is it this weekend? I was talking to a homie, like, oh, are you coming to town? No, I won't be there this weekend. I was there last year. It's homecoming season, y'all. Shout out to them. Alicia Green Scott, how are you, boo? You also agree. The writing is off. Hey, Tracy B. Hey, Desi. Hey, Desi Acosta. How are you, honey? Welcome in. Hey, Shell Jones. Hey, A Noel. How are y'all? Shout out to all the members in the chat. I appreciate y'all so very much. Hey, Keena. Hey, Trina. Hey, Jamira. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Natalie Rose. Hey, TMB. Hey, Gemini. Okay. Hey, Mimi Loves Peace. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Robin K. Hey, Mel Cunningham. How y'all doing? Hey, The Chosen One. Hey, DNC Greatness. I gotta really be on the chat tonight, child, because I'm flying solo. Robin K. Alley is not feeling good, so she is resting up and getting herself together. Off the 2000 hook. Hey, boo, welcome in. So she won't be joining us tonight, but we sending her all our love. Okay. And Fatima noticed she gave that man her address. I'm glad that we ready to have the real conversations. We're going to have the real conversation tonight because what the hell? Y'all think it's too many writers? The writers not doing their job? Oh, y'all was going in earlier. Oh, I just realized I recorded my breakdown before this, and I just realized I didn't talk about Maurice not at all in my breakdown. Damn. And his scene was actually decent. His little moment was actually decent. Shell says on -0. I can't. Why is Karen calling Fatima? I hope Zach let Shorty know that she relieved that her daughter not here no more. Hello? Hello? Karen calling Fatima is 100% the right is at work. And at this point, I just got to throw my hands up. I really just got to throw my hands up. Karen walked out with no phone. How did she call Fatima? That's what we're going to have to break down, I guess. I guess that's what we're going to have to break down tonight. Janelle gave this episode a 3. Gemini said also a 3. Tracy B says a -10, boo. Alicia Green Scott gave it a 3. Trina, -0. Kelly Hester Jones, hey, boo, gave it a 1. Tam B says a 3 or 4, between a 3 and a 4. It's a -0. DNC Greatness. Mel Cunningham said a 3. The Chosen One said a 3. I feel like that's decent. Brandon, you are a resident optimist, I fear, because you gave it a 6, but I ain't gonna knock you. That's your prerogative, okay? Ain't no else. I'm not gonna give a rating because I didn't really watch it. Just on in the background, I worked on something else. You know what? That's how you kind of gotta do it. I fear to get through it. That's what you got to do. Damn, I'm going to have to add so much to my damn breakdown because I didn't unpack the whole Gary and Andy of it all either. I just kind of mentioned it. Off the Hook 2000, off the 2000 Hook gave it a 4. Hi, Lisa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hey, Desi. Hey, Cynthia. Kenny, hey, welcome in. Gave it a 3. Okay. Where y'all want to begin? Where are we beginning? I would probably I would give it a 3 as well. I would give this episode a 3. It's so all over the place. It's very redundant. It's so stereotypical in moments. They so damn petty for no reason. Nobody can really stay focused except for Aaron and Miss Lisa. It's just Maurice now is all of a sudden gobsmacked over his white knight. Like, it's just so much. But then also not enough. Where we starting? Do we want to start with Andy and Gary? Y'all want to start with Andy and Gary? I feel like they could have, I kind of want to make sure real quick, y'all, that my audio is good. Hold on one second. Okay, great. Audio's great. All right. We starting with Gary. That's where y'all want to start. I feel like even with Gary, they did a disservice. If this was Gary's farewell episode, they could have kept it. Yes, does Gary owe Andy an immense amount of remorse, so many apologies, accountability, and the like? Yes. But if you're going to do it, then do it right. Like, we didn't even seen him this entire season up until this point. And up until this point, they could have been seeding his remorse. They could have been seeding his repentance. They could have been seeding him in some way without ever putting him on screen. And having certain things kind of like Easter egg to get to this point. This kind of feels like it's all out of nowhere all of a sudden. He randomly, what did he fall and bump his head when he was getting his ass up off his knees from up under that damn desk, and now all of a sudden everything is right. He know Jesus and he headed to Africa. Okay, like it doesn't really track for me. Did I believe him? Did like Cheeto gonna perform? Like Cheeto's gonna Cheeto, right? Cool. I don't know if I actually believe it, and if this is all we're going to get from the character, then you could have just kept his ass off screen. You could have had him apologizing a Dear John letter with $2 million attached to it. He could have sent a letter and a check, and that could have been that. We quite literally don't need to see him. And then he says that he's going to make it up to her and her friends, but then also you're getting on a plane to go to Ghana, so when the point are you going to be doing the drive-bys on the friends with the remorse? When is that going to happen? again, I do think it needed to happen. I do think, like Andy said, the closure needed to happen between the two of them, and she needed to hear that. But then even how they structured it, it to me is just so stereotypical because it didn't really account for what their thing was. And maybe the Gary character believes that they actually had good times, but you didn't. Not any part of y'all's relationship was actually a good time. It was a manipulation from the very beginning. So even leading that as the crux of your defense for like, oh my God, I know that was manipulative. I know I was violent. I know I was emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, physically abusive. I know that I did all of these things, but it was good once, wasn't it? And then y'all like to run through the damn flashbacks. And every last one of those moments that y'all showed was a manipulated ass moment. Even when he making her come, he was doing it under the guise of, oh, I'm going to leave my wife, even though he had no plans of leaving his damn wife. And he was only putting you through the mattress at 5 a.m. because he had a wife. Ho. So even that euphoric moment of orgasming is not actually a good moment. So no, Gary, you don't have any damn good moments to look back on. Not one moment, not one monicum of y'all's relationship was actually good for her, was actually joyous. Even in the little slithers of the seconds that she might have smiled, you always smacked her ass with something awful. So if you want me to believe that Gary's on this stupid ass redemption journey, he about to go back to the motherland and really find himself, then you're going to have him be accountable to the fact of actually, no, it was hell on earth in that relationship from the very beginning because you literally met her and engaged in a relationship with her for 6 months, leading her to believe that she was going to leave her wife, putting her head through the goddamn mattress at 5 o'clock in the morning so that you could hide under the guise of you at the damn gym. You were hiding her from the jump. So don't put this stupid ass scene of him popping up on her birthday with flowers because he found another lie for his damn wife and figured out how to make it goddamn work. That wasn't good. He still had a wife and 2 kids. That same morning, he just manipulated her out of wanting to push the issue of like, are you going to leave this lady or are you not? So you popping up later on to make her feel better with some flowers in front of her goofy ass friends does nothing. Nada. Y'all want to put up here the damn scene of him proposing to her while he was still married? Are y'all cool? That's all I got for the Gary thing. Maybe I'm going to put that part into my damn breakdown because I don't got anything else to add about it. Janelle said it was a pissy apology. Hello? And again, Cheeto's going to deliver because he's Cheeto and he's talented. But Gary, go to hell. And honestly, writers, go right with him because y'all could have kept that. Y'all could have kept that. Y'all should have went back to the drawing room floor and came up with something else because this is not enough. We ain't going to be able to make it enough. Did we have to go down memory lane with Gary? Absolutely not. They didn't mention that he was Nigerian and he going to Ghana. I know he's Nigerian in real life, but I thought he said he was going to Ghana with the kids. How you going to make Andy remember the good times, but the good times was a part of the bad? There's not one good moment in their relationship that does not also piggyback onto some bullshit when it comes to them. Not one. I would love it if they could come up with one. The editors could not even come back up with one because every last one of them damn flashbacks, I could give you the perfect context. So visually, aesthetically, yeah. Oh, a man getting down on one knee. A black man getting down on one knee with his black queen. Aesthetically, if you don't know nothing about these two people, that looks great. But when you know, you know. His ass sending her in orgasmic bliss on the very first episode. Oh, that seems great. Except for the fact it's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's supposed to be at the gym because he got a goddamn wife that he hiding from. Please. Please. Yeah. The damn ring she couldn't take off on her own volition. They did a freaking flashback to the wedding. The surprise wedding. Because he knew that she wanted to elope, but the manipulation knows no bounds, and y'all are not going to piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining. Absolutely the hell not. You're a fan of Cheeto, but you can't stand Gary. Same, Janelle. Same. Robin K says, I believe that this was his farewell episode. This is going to the Boston situation all over again. And I feel like they're doing Gary a disservice. With this being his farewell, to me it's a letdown. One, I don't know if the Gary character actually needed a redemption. If he's leaving, he could have gone out with a goddamn bang. Truthfully. He could have gone out with a bang. He could have gone out in prison and he could have been giving this apology on the other side of some bars. That would have been more true to character, and it would have been, I don't know, it would have just given them something else. This, to me, they could have kept it. The Gary and Andy conversation, they could have kept. The apology she needed, but overall, I don't think that they hit their mark with it like they might have think that they did. Litra says it's a big letdown. Yeah. Shell, you think he's going to be back? I think he's going to be back too, because Tyler doesn't do a good job of releasing characters. He loves who he works with, which I respect, but he can't let people die when they need to die. He can't let people leave when they need to leave. And then the people that he do let leave, it's like, no. Mimi loves Cheeto. I think that's what they're trying to tell us, that Cheeto is gone. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? One time for the one time. Alicia says that I love Cheeto, though. He was so... That's one time for Allie. Allie, your boy was looking how he was looking tonight, honey. Yes, he was. Cheeto. Okay. Y'all think he's going to return? If you think that Gary's going to return, let me know in the chat. Gemini says, yes, I thought that she needed an apology as well because he was at fault for losing her baby and going crazy. Wait, what was y'all talking about? Hold on, I missed that. Gary needed a prison sentence for what he did to Penelope. Yes, he does. So maybe, okay, I'm not crazy then. I'm not crazy. I feel like Gary's swan song should be him going to prison. Okay. I love it. Y'all my people. Brandon said, I don't like Penelope, but she definitely needed an apology from Gary. She definitely should have an apology from Gary, but I don't think that she would get prioritized and one on screen because the audience don't give a damn about her. So we're not invested in her in the same way. So I think even like how they wrote this, I would feel like he would be going around making his amends, and Penelope will be the apology that he gives off screen. Because honestly, we don't need to see that. Maybe Tyler has another project from Cheeto. Maybe, child. Gary has a whole wife and was still getting ready to marry Andy. I can't take this show seriously. Well, he was divorced by then. He had divorced Jasmine. He was foaming at the mouth when Cheeto stepped out that elevator. Probably you and Allie, Janelle. He does. He does need to pay for all he's done. Yeah. Finn. The episode wasn't that great, but you know. Are we done talking about Gary? That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. The apology was lackluster at best. Andy ass needed to hear it. She also needed to stand up to Danny, who walks in on him being there. I'm not opposed to the energy that Danny had for him at all. I 100% understand that that's your girl, and this is a demon incarnate who has wreaked havoc over all of y'all's lives, but especially her life. And she is a little bit too much of a wavering force when that man is in the damn room. So maybe you need to be the strength, right? To repel this demon. But then once this demon leaves, not too goddamn much. I felt like Danny was doing entirely too much when it came to Andy, specifically with the you be doing a lot of lying, because your ass do too. Yes, Andy lies. You're not wrong there, but your ass does too. Well, your lies impact all of us. Last time I checked, you also lied about hitting a man who had just assaulted you in your damn house, and you ran your ass to the law firm with who? Andy, because you thought that you killed him. Did you tell the people about that man? Oh, okay. Daniela King, not too much, baby girl. Not too much. And while you running around here playing judge and jury for who gives a damn about Karen and who doesn't. You just got here 2 minutes ago. You just got here 2 p.m. today and I give a fuck about Karen train because you have been on the I'm jealous of Karen train. I want to make her life a living hell ass train. I want to be messy and petty ass train. You just got here today. So calm down, sit your ass in the corner and don't actually say too much. That for me, Daniela, it's one thing to be worried, and I get that, girl, but also they need to check her as a character because Daniela, your stinks probably worst of all. Andy be lying. Cool. Andy be dickmatized. Cool. Andy is very male identified and insecure. Cool. And most of Andy she has to deal with on her own. Most of the stuff that you find yourself involved with when it comes to Andy and how she handles her life is because you inserted your damn self. You could have quite literally left her to her own damn devices and you would have no problem. Unlike for you, where your friends prior to you coming into the $75,000 windfall have paid your rent, have paid your Amazon bills, have paid your damn credit cards, have done all types of things. And been roped into your life as well behind your stupid ass decision. So again, Daniela King, not too goddamn much. And if we're supposed to be focusing on finding Karen's ass, why are we sitting up in the penthouse throwing lies and whatever the hell else in Andy's face and playing I got you because she went on a date with a man? Who gives a shit? Do you want to hump on her? Are you trying to scissor? Who cares? Karen is missing. And you over here trying to dangle this in front of Andy for what? You're one up for what? You got plenty of things to do, like find Karen and or get that dusty ass man off your couch. Regardless, Andy's business should not be on the top list of your goddamn priorities. The writers need to buy Danny some clothes. Danny can afford to buy her own clothes at this point. Vaughn, you didn't know Sistas returned tonight? Yeah, child. Episode 12. Episode 12 came back tonight, Bookie. It ain't not too crazy, so don't rush. Don't rush and watch it. Can we talk about Maurice next? We sure can, because I did talk about him in my breakdown, so whatever I say, I'm going to have to put up. It's going to be a clip from there. Hey, KB Mommy, welcome in. Danny's life is not going well with her couch potato man. She need to focus. Daniela King, go ahead and focus, Bookie. Danny is doing all this running around town because she's avoiding Tony. Ooh, you know what? Hey, Noel, I think you're right. I think you might be on to something there. They did. It was a very quick break, KB Mommy. They only gave us a week in between, child. It was almost like it wasn't even a damn break. Girl, she smoked that money up because don't see nothing she did with it. Nothing. She don't buy no new clothes. She buy weed and alcohol. There ain't never no groceries in there. After all the girls had done for her, she has to offer to buy them a soda. She has not offered to buy them a soda. Daniela King don't buy them a damn thing. She got the check, Gemini. What? 2 episodes ago? Because she was mad about the check like 4 episodes ago, and it was being delayed. But then I thought she got the check 2 episodes ago. Danny is always the quickest to judge, yet she is always crying victim about her sisters calling her out and holding her accountable. Always. And honestly, I just want them to like do something else with her. Move them forward. Enough is enough. Like, is this it? This is all we're ever going to get when it comes to the Daniela King character? And she feels so damn like righteous in her indignation with Andy and with her like she just sees the whole chessboard so clearly and everybody else don't. So she gets to tell everybody what it is and what it ain't. Meanwhile, she's missing all the glaring ass red flags for her in her own life. I can't. Yeah, she worked with Sabrina to save and invest it. Yep. Okay, so somebody said, can we talk about Maurice next? Okay, so I feel like the Maurice scenes, let me figure out what I think actually. I like them. I don't feel like they were true to the Maurice character, but I did like the scenes. I don't know, and I think that he is funny, child. Like, when I tell y'all, I probably was already set up to really love the scenes anyway, because the moment that look at me, I got my maid outfit on like I always do, came out of his mouth, I hollered. And if you know, you know, like that is a reference. I don't watch it anymore, but that's a Love and Hip Hop reference to the Queen Jocelyn Hernandez, honey. And when he said that, I said, oh, Maurice, please. That was so funny to me, like ridiculously hilarious. And then from there, like you just get to see him kind of like spiraling and stimming a little bit. I ain't even gonna hold you. Prepping for Paige's brother to show up. I need to remember that man's name, y'all. What's that man's name? And he shows up and they're like about to do this date, and Maurice is just so nervous and so giddy, like a high school girl on the first date. And I'm just like, okay, Maurice, what is it about this man that you really, really like? I don't get it. One of the things that was very off-putting for me is when he walked in, it looked like he just came from the gym or something. And I'm just like, oh, you about to be that white man. You about to be that white man that be coasting on his goddamn looks. I say this all the time. And I guess it's different when you talk about the queer community. But when it comes to the heterosexual community, typically the black women that you see get with white men, they look like something. Now that's not always the case when it's the black men with the white women. I'm just saying. I ain't judging it. I'm just saying that's not always the case. So when that man came in here with that, like, I felt like the collar was a little bit too wrinkly for me. It wasn't crisp enough for me. He came in a little bit too casual, and Maurice is in there with his silky ass shirt on. I'm like, oh brother, you got one of these? He got a great face, but you didn't put no effort into this damn outfit. I hope you're clean. Please be clean, cause y'all know. I'm just saying. But they had a little date. Maurice done cooked all the damn Thanksgiving dinner because he's so excited. And Paige's brother is leaning into Dylan. His name is Dylan. Okay, cool. Dylan is like, well, what are your relationship goals and what are the things that you want? And he, I guess, is going to be similar to what we got with Grayson, just from in a different font. I feel like Dylan is Grayson in a different font. Dylan is Grayson but white. Fine. That adds a different element, a little bit of pizzazz, I suppose. And he seems like he's going to be the one of like committed relationship and planning for the future and like moving forward. And Maurice is like invested in a way. And maybe it's the whiteness that is throwing Maurice off, because Maurice had very like raw energy for Grayson when they first met, and it was a bunch of back and forth. But Maurice has less of that now. And the little quips about his ancestors owned your ancestors. I'm like, yeah, because that's what I would be thinking. I have yet to date interracially, y'all, and I don't think I ever will. It's no shade to the white folks, but there's just certain things that run through my mind. And it's like, I don't know how to stop that from running through my mind. So I appreciated some of the things that Maurice was saying prior to Dylan coming in. But then once it happens, they like have the relationship. I mean, they have the date. It's cool. Then he brings up the damn vision boards, and we realize that Maurice don't have no goddamn vision. He don't have no plan, which is not news to me, because most of these damn characters within this world don't have no plan. And y'all would have to tell me, because I don't know a world, I don't know a life where you're not striving for something. Like, I have always been ambitious. Since I've known myself, I've had some type of ambition, whether that was athletic, whether it was academic, whether it was career, whether it was personal, whether it was romantic. Like, every column of life, every particular part of life, I have always navigated with some type of ambitions. I'm always striving for something in some area. So I don't get it. And I think that's also one of the things I first realized in my struggle with Daniela as a character, because to me, she's the prototype for the person who don't want nothing, don't have no goals. And it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I just personally don't understand it. But in this scene, that's what I got. Like, Maurice don't actually have no plans. He's just here. He's just existing. And I'm interested in to see, like, what does that mean? What's going to happen? Is the new relationship going to awaken something in you? But also, so then now what, I kind of think. And if this is the case, like, How are you going to tell that story? I go back to the writers of like, well, how are you going to tell the story of the person who don't actually want anything, who is just existing, who is just floating through life, who is doing what they think that they're supposed to do and that's it, who is not dreaming of anything better, is not hoping for anything more. Like, then tell the damn story, which is something that me and Ellie go back to all the time, specifically on this show of like, most of the time we're not saying there's something wrong with this particular person, because I do think that everybody who exists in the Sistas universe is an actual person in the real world, but just tell their story authentically, right? Like, if you're going to put them on screen, if you're going to put the narcissistic, crazy ass, jealous best friend on screen, then tell the story of that. What is the inner workings of that person's psyche? Like, what are the things that keeps them up at night? What are the things that are driving this jealousy? What are the things that could potentially heal them? This is what this is. That's the whole point of the damn storytelling. But if you just want to keep them in the space of like, oh, well, they don't want nothing in life. That's it. There's no reason why they don't want nothing in life. Oh, they're never going to want anything in life. It's almost like, well, what the fuck are we watching for? For me. They always give Maurice random men. Random AF. Just so random. But then Maurice and they talk about something. I'm not a hoe like Sabrina. Are you sure? You just coached her on exactly what to do. You were quite literally the queen hoe. Shell says, I'm not sure about Dylan. But we already got that with Danny and Preston. Yes. Yes. Straighten up for Harriet Tubman. I hollered, Mimi. Straighten up for Harriet Tubman goes crazy. The writing was good. Was definitely good. Tony is laying around Danny's house for to spend all the money that she got. I don't think he's going to spend her money. She's not going to let him. Maurice is definitely funny. For real. But the problem comes in of like, yo, this is a very real conversation to be had. Interracial relationships, interracial dating is a hot topic, especially right now. What y'all putting on screen actually matters, and we're going to get a bunch of fluff and some bullshit. I don't have no problem with Dylan as of right now, except for he came to this date looking very regular. Very regular. And Maurice is not a regular. It's not a regular bitch, okay? That's all I really got for the whole Maurice of it all, y'all. Where we going next? Are we going to y'all's favorite? Are we going to y'all's favorite next? Because at this point, they can't stop giving me reasons to hate this damn character. I swear. He did, Janelle. Dylan looked raggedy. From the neck below, he looked raggedy. His face card is never going to decline, I fear. But from the neck down, raggedy AF. We haven't talked about Karen yet, Regia. No worries. Allie is sick, so she's taking care of herself tonight, and she will not be on live. You wonder what Paige wanted to talk to Dylan about. Child, we didn't even get that. Jamira said, Erica, don't start with that favorite mess. He's somebody's favorite. He's somebody's favorite, child. The amount of screen time that his ass get, the number of lines that his ass get, the centering that they do of this man in this world, he is somebody's favorite, and he damn sure ain't mine. Okay? So he gonna be y'all's favorite tonight. Y'all want to go there, or we going elsewhere? You want to go to Sabrina real quick? Sabrina is a quick drive-by for me, because all she did this whole episode, where's Karen? Where's Karen? Where's Karen, Pam? What do you know? Where's Karen? They got to give Novi something. They got to give Novi something immediately. That girl is too beautiful, is too talented, is too dope for what y'all are giving Novi. Yeah, that's all I got for her. Are we going to y'all's favorite? What else is left? Outside of y'all's favorite, what else is left? See, Ellie, this is why I need you, because, honey, I don't damn know. Save our favorite for last. Okay, so what else is outside of y'all's favorite? We talked about Maurice. Oh, Karen, where Karen is at. Child, I don't know where the hell Karen is at. And I fear my loyalty will not let me worry. But also these writers will, because they don't like Karen. They don't like Karen. And they're not going to convince me that they do like her. They're just not. The Karen story that they supposed to be telling, it's like, okay, one of maybe a little bit of concern, but she's not going to hurt that baby and she's not going to hurt herself. But she needs to go through what she's going through. And that's what this is. Now, these writers love to take it to hell when it comes to Karen. So there is a possibility, a monicum, a smidge, a tinge, if you will, of a possibility of this going completely bad. I don't love Aaron and how he is taking this, but I respect it and I understand it. I don't love it, but I get it. And the rest of them was some bullshit. Danny, you want some bullshit, because if you focus on Karen, you wouldn't have time to be trying to stick it to Andy's ass, both at her penthouse and outside the damn house. Sabrina, you keep asking questions that nobody got answers to, and you know that. So, girl, shut up. Miss Lisa, okay now. Don't be criticizing her like that. Absolutely. Rein Aaron's ass in, because he is all on the deep end of she didn't hurt her. She didn't hurt the baby. Zach, you don't know her. You don't know this version of her. I've been living with her. It's been rough. Yes, it has been rough. I'm not going to ever negate that, Aaron. And don't you give up on her now. Don't you quit on her now. And I fear that that's what these writers are setting us up for. So you mean to tell me that y'all have deprived us of Aaron Carter, giving him all of 6 minutes over the course of the last 4 seasons. 6 minutes of screen time every season. And then this season, you're going to have him dump the idea of Karen. You're going to have him take full custody of this goddamn baby once she comes back. And then they're going to end up on the outs. And that, to me, that's all I saw in this episode tonight. Every time Aaron came on screen, like, no, he's not moving with an immense amount of aggression that we see from Zach. But his willingness to live in the space of, oh my God, my baby. Oh my God, my daughter. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, I don't trust the writers with this. So this has to be for something. Because it was Miss Lisa who has to, like, hey, we're not doing that. And then he still goes back to do it. Keena says Karen is with her child. That's all people need to know. F them people. Unfortunately, because of her mental state, it can't be that. But ideally, yes, it would be that. You think that Dr. Vaughn knows Jamira? Where do y'all think Karen is at? Let's take a moment and just pause there. Where do y'all think that Karen is at? She left her phone. She left her keys. She left her car. And y'all want me to believe that she hasn't been driving around all day. But Aaron wasn't the one driving her around, because she came home at a different time than Aaron came home. Child. And if Aaron drove her ass to the doctor's, he couldn't come in because he had to go run another errand. Please. Miss Lisa was getting irritated with Aaron, because he is so readily like, oh my God, how could she do this to the baby? She hasn't done anything. It was a bunch of unnecessary stuff on this episode. Alicia, you don't know where she at? My first thought was like, maybe she's at the hospital, because I do think that maybe Dr. Vaughn might be a part of it. Them at the very end having Karen call. Okay, did Karen call Fatima's phone or did Karen call Zach's phone? Because it looks to me like she called Fatima's phone, which to me throws up all types of damn red flags. But Fatima looked at the phone all crazy and then murmured something. I got to go back and rewatch it. And I was like, damn, is that Zach's phone? I just want to be sure about that as we try to unpack where we think she could be. Janelle, you think she's at the hospital too? But then they talking about, oh, they went to go check the graveyard. Y'all put forever in the ground already? It's been 3 days. You put forever in the ground. It's been 3 days. The church is the only thing that you can see. Shamara said she might be at a facility for mothers going through what she's going through. Trina says she might need time alone to get her mind right and to bond with the baby. That's what I think. I think that when she says like, it's time to put this chapter to rest, I think that she needs a moment to be with Faith and apologize. And she did not do this to forever. However, she carries an immense amount of grief and shame tied to the losing of her sister. And I think that that is what she wants to like communicate. Similar to how she kind of like worked through that with Zach and worked through that in her way with Aaron. Like, I think that that is something, I think that she needs time. And then also to apologize for like being absent, if you will, for the first few days of her life, because she just could not fathom holding her and feeling worthy enough of being her mother and all of that. Like, I think that that is what it all is. But again, I don't put anything past these writers because I don't believe that they are committed enough to telling the most authentic story possible. They are too beholden to a very small toxic subset of this Sistas audience, and the pandering that happens to that particular subset ultimately winds up costing Karen the most, but other characters wind up suffering in the meantime, in between time. So my first thought is like, Karen needs time to like process and to release and to recommit herself to Faith, and she wants to do it with Faith without any damn distractions, and that makes total sense to me. It might be jarring for the people around in a moment. It might seem very scary because it's very like immediate and not fully thought out. However, this is a part of her healing. But then the other part for me is like knowing who I'm dealing with TPS and these damn writers, that could also be the thing. Gemini said she looked at the phone like, who was this? I said the whole thing about whose phone is this, which I do believe is Fatima's phone. But my first thought was like, or not my first thought, my second thought was like, well, wait, is this Zach's phone? It's like, why is she calling? But if she don't have her phone, she's not calling from a number that they know as Karen, which actually makes sense. Which brings me to the thing, the whole point of me even bringing up the phone. You want me to believe in 2025 that Karen has remembered the number of the woman who stole the love of her life, when we have not had to remember numbers for the last 15 years? She knows Fatima's number by heart. This is what I mean. These writers are full of shit. Because what? The numbers that I still remember by heart are people who mattered to me at the time when we used to need to remember. After a certain point, you don't remember these people's numbers. You don't. I remember my best friend's phone numbers. I remember my mom, my dad, cousins, first cousins that's like siblings. Other than that, I am screwed. Some happens. I remember no friend number here in LA by heart. None of them. Not a damn one. Love them to death. Don't know none of their numbers by heart. Something happened with me and I don't have my actual phone. I'm calling way across the goddamn country to help me. But you want me to believe that Karen knows Fatima's number by heart? And Janelle says, I know no number by heart. The numbers I know by heart are the numbers that I had already memorized. Numbers that I memorized back in high school. And those numbers haven't changed, because best believe if they would have changed. Hell, my father has two phones. Has had one phone his whole entire, like, my existence and knowing him. And he just got another one like 4 years ago. I don't remember that phone number. The second phone number, I don't remember. The first one, know by heart. But y'all want me to believe that Karen knows Fatima's phone number by heart? For what? Mel said, I told y'all these writers are weird as fuck. Stacey says she called Fatima's phone. You just saw the extended clip for next week. It don't make sense. But it makes sense for them who are conspiring to always show Fatima in the light of saving somebody. Always show Fatima in the best light. So you mean to tell me Karen remembers the phone number of the woman by heart that is relieved that the child that she is grieving is no longer here, and she has to reach out to that particular person. Karen knows Fatima's number by heart, but don't know Zach's. I ain't even saying Aaron. She don't know Zach's numbers by heart. Her mama? Andy? Andy and Karen been in this thing for the last 25 years. Y'all got me messed up. I'm sorry, Natalie. You ain't gonna be able to make it make sense, because even that doesn't make sense. Natalie says that Fatima, because she's been working with her on her business, Andy has been working with Karen on her business. Andy even invested in her very first business, and she's no Andy longer, but she called Fatima. She could have called her own phone knowing she left it at home. That part off the 2000 hook. That part. Keita says, bro, I remember my old number and my grandmother number, but Cameron remember Fatima number. Oh, okay. They pissing on our leg. It's saying it's rain. Warm as hell. Absolutely not. I know my grandmother's home phone number because she still got it. I don't know my grandmother's cell phone number by heart. But that home phone number I have been calling my entire life. And this is the type of stuff that I fear within the Tyler Perry system, they don't put enough stock into. They don't put enough weight on, like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. It does matter. It's a part of the damn story that you're trying to tell. And it's one thing to be moving quickly and you only get one take, blah, 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 blah. But this is in the writer's room. This is the stuff before you even press record on a damn camera. This is the stuff that you actually should be thinking about. She wrote it down before she left the house. I'm finna take my baby and disappear and leave a cryptic ass note. But make sure I write down Fatima's phone number because I'm gonna need her help. Oh my God, Stacey, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Jazz says during her decoupling from Zach, she could have done a deep dive on all things Fatima, and remember her phone number was one of them. I experienced a Zach. I experienced a lot of things that Karen experienced with Zachary Saylor. I don't know none of them hoes' number that he was messing with, but I know mine, and I know his. I don't remember not a one of them hoes, and I found out everything on everyone. Everything. I did case searches on hoes. That was actually where you start at. I found out police records, social security numbers, all types of stuff. I did not never remember a whole number past the point that I needed it. Couldn't tell you today what they even begin with. I couldn't even tell you if it was 443 or 410 today. Couldn't do it. So I'm sorry, y'all. This one, I ain't gonna be able to give it to you. I'm not. Especially because I done gone through the crazy that Karen went through. So no, it makes no sense that she knows Fatima's number. Not a stitch of sense. Especially when Karen was the pop-up queen. Like me. I'm going to run down on you. I'm going to pop up places. What I need to know the phone number for when I know the address? Hello? But that's just me, y'all. That's just me. Journey with CC Haybull says, honestly, Erica, don't shoot me, but if they wrote it better, I wouldn't have a problem with the choice of her calling Fatima. I wouldn't either. And honestly, it wouldn't even take that much they wouldn't even take that much for them to write something that would help it make sense, because she don't know that Fatima feel the way that she do. Danny ain't tell her. And Fatima's the one who took her to the hospital and was advocating for her and was trying to help her. So for all she knows, that's what she remembers, the most recent thing with Fatima, even though Fatima hasn't come to visit her since losing her child. I'm not saying that there's no reason why she would reach out to her. I'm saying it was no reason why she would know that specifically. So you're 100% right, Journey. They could have written it in a way that it made more sense, but they didn't. And that is often the default, unfortunately, for this group. Mel Cunningham says that the writers just had to insert Fatima into this whole Karen missing situation just to make Fatima look like the hero. They piss me off every time. Every single time. Because yes. And that's a great segue into y'all's favorite and his girl. Y'all's favorite and his fiance. Because get it together, Erica. Because we have successfully given Zach all of 32 business minutes to grieve the daughter that he lost before we usher him into a jealousy arc with the multi-million-dollar NBA player on the back of, oh my God, this is disrespectful to Fatima. Fatima's not going nowhere. Your dumbass has her trapped. She's not leaving. What don't you understand? And I'm sick and tired of this jealous rhetoric. I'm sick and tired of the macho man. I'm going to beat everybody's ass because I can beat everybody's ass. No, you can't. You can be shot in your ass, Zach. Actually, that's what actually can happen. Enough. We don't even get the full scope of Zach grieving, losing a damn child, and then also finding out that his fiance is relieved that said child is gone because we are too busy being ushered back into the pits of jealousy hell and Zach's typical character behavior because he wants to get all big and bad with Chaz's ass who pops his dumb ass up at the damn duplex in the crack of night. All because Fatima's just this badass baddie litigating shit without a law license and or a Juris Doctorate. Or passing the goddamn bar. What the hell is going on? What is really going on? This is a crock of bullshit if I ever seen it. And it's a conspiracy to continue to pedestalize Fatima's ass as the hero, as the savior, as the bad bitch in the Sistas universe when it don't even take all of that. It quite literally don't even take all of that. We get it. Y'all like how she look. We get it. She has a fat ass. We get it. She won because she got Zach. Y'all quite literally don't need to conspire every single storyline to pedestalize her ass. Next week, we're seeing Danny, well, Fatima's such a great woman. How many times every single character on the damn show gonna say that? We get it. Enough. So we see Fatima weaponize Zach's jealousy against him, which I'm mad at Zach for it, but then also we're on the heels of him losing a goddamn child. So also at this point in time, it's almost like, you know what? Well, whatever he decides to do is whatever the hell he decides to do. He just lost a goddamn child. But no, we're back centering Fatima's ass and how he's so damn wrong. So now he got to sleep on the goddamn couch with his drunk ass because he's wrong about this whole Chaz thing, which he is. But you knew that when you set up the stupid ass meeting for him while he's still grieving his lost ass daughter. And then y'all do all of this back and forth with him and Chaz, him with the damn henchman with Chaz. The henchman got a gun. You put a gun on me. This will be the last time. I hope it is because your ass need to be 6 feet under. But whatever. We got that whole back and forth only to arrive at the very end and she's calling Fatima for what? For what? I hate it. It's the most annoying ever. They have a show. And y'all don't even center her on that damn show. Fatima catching 5 types of hell over on Fatima. And y'all making space for her to be pedestalized on Sistas? Enough. Why Fatima calls Chaz her client? Because she don't need a damn law degree. She's the only woman in the whole United States that don't need a law degree to practice law. Who don't need to pass the bar to practice law. Stacey says, why did we get a funeral since they said that they went to the cemetery? In the 3 days since Forever has been gone, they buried the baby and moved on. Jazz says when the season 9 photos were released, Fatima and Karen were standing next to each other. I figured that they would be a season of them more so getting along rather than being at odds. I don't need them to do anything. I don't need so much Fatima. I think that's my point. It's way too much Fatima on Sistas. Way too much. Way too much. I haven't watched Dimitri. I haven't watched the trailer yet. She wanted the attention on her, and off his baby. Exactly. When does paralegals have clients? Mel Cunningham says they also made sure they didn't have Zach crashing out when he heard Karen's missing, like in the episode when they thought that Karen burnt in the fire at her previous salon. Yep. Yep. Kina, you done with the show? DSC Greatness says, I hate to say this, but the real life casts are better than me. I would have been put a foot down to TP in this clown show writers. The colorism, the misogyny, illogical ish, the team of bias is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Tamira says, why do I hate Zach and Fatima? Are you new here? Tamira Ang? I don't know how to pronounce your last name, babes. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I hate them being pedestalized. I hate them not being held accountable. I hate, first of all, Zach as a man being centered in a show that's supposed to be about women. Too many of y'all super fans come in here, y'all's a team of super fans or Zach super fans or Fatima holics, whatever you decide to call yourself, come into my comments, come into my DMs, come into my email, and the first thing that you want to say is you hate Zach and Fatima, you hate Fatima, you hate Zach, when I have spent a ridiculous amount of time over explaining my position on things, providing receipts, providing my mindset, providing my own lived experience as additional context. So if that's what you choose to believe, baby, that's what you choose to believe. The world's going to hell in a handbasket. The government is still shut the hell down. Do what you got to do to get through, baby girl. But it's not that I hate Zach and Fatima. I hate weak storytelling. I hate prioritizing of certain people because of aesthetics or because of societal norms over other people. I actually hate the patriarchy. I hate misogyny. I hate racism. I hate bullying. Those are things I hate. I hold Zach and Fatima accountable in a world, in a circumstance, within a fandom to which that is almost taboo. And most of y'all hate me for that. Hope that answered your question. Demetria says, honestly, Erica, you know it's disrespectful for any man to come to your house or send gifts to your house, especially if you have a man. Did I say it wasn't? Did I say that Chaz was right at any point in time? Let me know. Did I say that? And that's a big thing that happens in discourse. So many people be arguing points that were never made. Or at least arguing me points that were never made. I didn't say that Chaz was right. I didn't say that Chaz wasn't disrespectful. I said I'm tired of Zach leaning into this stereotypical you belong to me patriarchal bullshit because she's not your property. Slavery is over. Regardless of what this man is doing, regardless of how she's contributing to it, you don't own Fatima, Zach. You don't. And that seems all syrupy sweet. It seems so cool in theory when you're young and dumb and full of cum. But when you're grown, these people are in their late 30s. That hits your ear a little bit different. You mine, this house mine, this car's mine. What is she, an inanimate object? No, she's a whole ass person making whole ass decisions whom you are supposed to be in partnership with and not trying to claim property over. So regardless of Chaz or anybody else out about in the world doing whatever the hell people out in the world are going to do, at some point you have to decide who the hell you are as a person. And Zach leans too quickly into stupid ass jealousy when Fatima's ass is not going anywhere. So what? He bought a purse. So what? There's flowers everywhere. She still comes home to you and puts out every last one of your stupid ass fires. She is stuck to you like white on rice, even though she should have been left your ass so long ago. You just lost your daughter and you're trying to fight a damn NBA player down at the goddamn juice spot of a lane and outside your house. That's just not the top priority. It's just so immature. Like, Zach is continuously being confronted with lived experiences that will push you to grow up, that typically will push a person to grow up, to reconsider, to reprioritize, to refocus on what really matters, to move forward. And yet and still he gets allowed to be able to make stupid ass, immature, illogical ass decisions, but still continues to be rewarded in reference to being pushed through the rest of his life by way of the writers. So no, and this is no shade. I don't know who said the comment. Like, y'all know I speak passionately. I love you. Journey with Cece? No, that wasn't you. Who was it? Hold on. Because I know I'm like catching myself right now. And I'm speaking very passionately. Demetria, this is no shade to you, Bookie. I'm just speaking passionately. No, Chaz is not right for flirting with Fatima and all of that. But to me, that is all of that part is Fatima's fault. I literally have been saying she shouldn't have put Zach in this circumstance knowing who the hell he is. And it's time for him to grow up. It's time for him to release it. Are you going to punch everybody in the face that think Fatima's fine? Then line niggas up because she's gorgeous. She's stunning. Her body is bad. Y'all are going to live at least another 40 years with niggas wanting to stick parts of them in the parts of Fatima. You going to hit everybody that wants to do that? That makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And it makes even less sense on the heels of you losing your daughter. It makes even less sense on the heels of you losing your daughter while also in a custody battle for your son. That's what I'm saying. The fact that Zach still got time, space, energy to give to this bullshit while also still having more pertinent, larger life coming to hit him, to me makes him look stupid as a person. They said that they hope that Zach don't carry on like he did with the fire. He probably won't. You new to the live, not new to my channel. If you're not new to my channel, then you can't possibly surmise solely that I hate Zach and Fatima, and that's it. That to me minimizes all that I am and all that I have actually spoken to. Because I give y'all way more. Again, I give you way more in reference to context. Most of y'all that's running around here, I hate Karen, can't tell me that. You just hate her. You just hate her. I've given y'all so much context as to what I don't like about the Zach and Fatima characters. Whether it's on the page and them and their storyline within the show, but then also how they're handled outside the show as compared to everybody else. So no, you can never trivialize my takes down to that. And that's why I assume that you must be new here, because if you're not new to my channel and that's all that you're taking, then you're just hate watching me. Because Erica don't give surface level. She just don't. Dime Clip Entertainment, welcome in, Boom. You said she doesn't trust his decision. That's why she's making her own plans for the baby she's planning as a single mom. I'm going to leave that there. Anning. Okay, I think I got it. Anning. I'm trying to catch up in the comments, y'all. Sorry, hold on. I hate seeing them on my screen. That's why I don't watch Zatima. The crazy thing is, I watch Zatima. I think that this season of Zatima is not good, but a loss. Zatima has their own show. Keep them there. Yeah. Yeah. They do have their own Struggle Love spinoff. That's another thing. Like, why are we seeing this Chaz thing over here? That could be on Zatima. Karen wants to be Faith's mother. Yes. I think I missed something. Dr. Vaughn told her about the group. Y'all think she went to a support group? She could have. The writer's been exposed that they were teams of Tima during season 7 on the Twitter Spaces. Yep. They gave away before it was revealed on the show that Karen was going to be pregnant with Zach's baby and she was going to lose it. Keita says, how are we going from Zach coming at Fatima for what she said about the baby? Then we went to jealousy. Exactly. That is my issue. And the crazy thing is, like, the people who say, oh, you hate Zach so much, they, I guess, missed the part where I said that I dated a Zach, was in love with a Zach. I've already gone through the journey of, like, making every single excuse for that particular man. And while I understand the journey and I understand how that person's journey is separate than mine, and most of the things that went down were not malicious intent, regardless of how harmful they were to me, that person still has to be held accountable for their decisions and their behavior and the things that they said, the same way that I do. I did some and I still have to be held accountable for it. But the problem is, too many people think that liking a person means that you get to excuse any and everything that they do wrong or hurtful to somebody, and that's just not the case. Loving somebody is not lying to them, and lying to them whether by omission or directly as if they are not doing anything. If they are a selfish, narcissistic, disrespectful, manipulative person, and you love them and you don't tell them when they're doing those things, you don't actually love them as much as you think that you do. And I would argue that's the case for many of Zach and Fatima fans, because y'all are up in arms when I call bullshit on things that are actually bullshit. But that to me is the truest form of actual love and respect, of being able to be honest with somebody or about somebody. There's not one person who I love deeply that I am not honest with, even when it's hard, even when it can be scary, even when I feel like it's going to impact what our relationship looks like. But y'all want to come at me crazy. Some of y'all think need to research what hate actually is. Tamir says, to be honest, I hate old Karen. The whole walking around, oh, he's my baby daddy. Oh, he's going to support me. Oh, we've been together for 3 years. That's the Karen I hate. Why do you hate her? And I'm asking that not to be facetious. I'm asking that because why is my favorite question in this whole wide world. In this whole wide world, I ask why 50 million times a day. I ask why to investigate why, or my feelings about something, my thoughts about something. I ask why when I'm trying to seek to understand somebody else's behavior or somebody else's words towards me. I ask why when I'm at work. I ask why, like, period. I ask why when I'm at the park and I'm watching people. What would make them do that? I wonder what this thing would be. And too many people don't ask why enough. Why did you hate that version of Karen? Because I love that version of Karen. I felt like that version of Karen was just so honest and so visceral and so raw. And honestly, that version of Karen is a version of a woman within certain circumstances that we typically never give ourselves permission to be. So while so many people were in the season of hating Karen, I was like, well, shit. I wish I would have took it further. I wish I would have experienced some of the things that Karen experienced, some of the harmful things. I didn't take it as far as Karen did, and I wished I would have. But then also, you hate that version of Karen, but she's not that version of Karen anymore. So then also, why are you stuck there? The writers of Reasonable Doubt need to hold a master class. I don't know, because they letting Lewis ass off the hook too for me, and I don't love that. Tamara, I get it's not ideal that Zach was the baby daddy. However, nothing that played out was atypical for what kind of happens in life, specifically with the circumstances that they found themselves in. She indeed slept unprotected with both men within a week of each other. So that is what could happen. So when people say, oh, I just wish that the writers would have never made him the baby daddy because that's too much. There's so many things that happen in life that we wish they wouldn't happen, but they still happen because it's life. Life is whipping everybody's ass right now as we speak. In various degrees, in various areas. And we wish that thing wouldn't happen. I wish I wouldn't have got sick in that regard. I wish this person wouldn't have passed. I wish that I would have said this or did this. There's so many things that you wish, but that's not how it happened. And you have to deal with life as it is. So I also, that just is what it is. Why are we stuck there? And then more specifically, if you are stuck there, that's fine. And if that's something that you want to, rehash in reference to your feelings, that's fine. But then why does Erica got to deal with the you're just a hater? Because that's how y'all are engaging with it. And what's interesting to me is the Zach and Karen relationship is kind of like the blueprint for the Zach and Fatima relationship. The only difference is that he has money. Fatima is not getting a different version of Zach than what Karen got, other than he has money. But if Fatima said all of the things that people say that Karen said and they had a problem with, y'all would have no problem with it. So you actually don't have a problem with the things being said, with the feelings being said. You just don't like the person. Hey TJ, welcome in. Sweet Cake 5 says the people who play Zach and Fatima doing all the promotion for Sistas isn't going to make me watch. It's going to do the opposite. I think that's where the space that we're in right now. I think that they have maximized the exposure for Zach and Fatima, specifically Deval and Crystal. And everybody who is on board and who is obsessed with them is already here. And if they're trying to grow their audience, centering them is not going to be the thing that actually does it. And I think that that's something that they're learning or going to have to learn in real time now that they've done it. Even when I think about how Crystal and Deval, they get booked on, various radio shows and interviews, whether that's going to speak for Zatima or to go speak for Sistas. And that to me has just never felt right. It doesn't strike me as right. And it's not moving the needle as it pertains to the viewership. So hopefully they're paying attention and hopefully they can make the adjustment. It'll be one thing if they were centering Zach and Fatima and they were giving some type of revolutionary ass storytelling, but the stereotypical Zach hasn't changed, Zach hasn't grown, Fatima hasn't changed, Fatima hasn't grown, and y'all gonna continue to beat us over the head with them and their storyline while they also have a spinoff. Okay, now we calling enough is enough. Karen said that he was her baby daddy because everyone was saying otherwise. I don't remember her saying that Zach was going to support her. I don't remember her saying that either. I remember her saying that he didn't have to. She went through 3 years up and down with the man and sacrifice. Yeah, but they discount that. They discount that. Jess, hey Jess, welcome in, says it was a little hard on Karen tonight, but I think that tonight episode was a good episode because I think everyone acted like well tonight. I hope Gary is gone for good. Bless your heart, child. Bless your heart. Jenny with CC says, I'm not a huge fan of Zach, but I don't think that he actually cheated on Karen because they always said that he would get with other women when they were on breaks, but I still don't champion him. I do believe that he cheated because she had to be treated with for STDs. Maybe not every time, but if I have to get a shot or a pill for something that you gave me from some other hoe, you cheated. And then, are we playing semantics? Because if you have a baby on me, even if we're on a break, I'm treating you like you cheated. You went and had a whole kid. A kid. And if the woman did what Zach did to her, if she had burnt Zach multiple times, if she had gotten pregnant on this break, it would be a big ass scarlet letter on her damn chest. So yeah, that's not up for debate with me. Zach has cheated on Karen. And I still maintain that she has never cheated on him. Mel Cunningham said, I'm still upset that the fact that they went ahead and made Fatima pregnant, all because Karen is pregnant for Zach. Lame ass writings. Fatima stands were wishing for Karen's baby with Zach to die this whole time. The whole time. We think that Karen went to the hospital support group. What if they wish the same for Fatima? How would the stands feel? They would chalk it up to they would chalk it up to, of course, like that's the thing. And I'm going to make this correlation, but I am not in no way saying that Fatima stands are racist, right? But I'm going to make this correlation because this is what makes sense in my mind. The same way that racists move through the world with such hate and vitriol, specifically when it's toward Black people, they expect the same from us, which is why so much of like their aggression is so want to be preemptive, because they expect us to think the same way that they are thinking, completely oblivious to them that we don't give a damn what you're doing. We don't care. We're indifferent. We're quite literally just focused on our damn lives until you bring your Karen ass, or you bring your Kevin ass, or you bring your bigoted ass into our circle or into our space to disrupt our lives. And then we have to respond in that way. But racists don't understand that everybody's not moving through life with the hate in the heart that they have. They're not moving through life with the suppressed ass IQ and the idiotry. That's not a word, but they are fucking idiots. They don't understand it. They believe that the world is exactly how they see it, and everybody thinks the way that they do. I think the same about the Fatima stance. The Fatima stance. I think a lot of these toxic ass stands think that everybody else is navigating the way that they are. I've never once wished a miscarriage on Fatima, because that's sick. It's disgusting, even for a fictional character. It just is. But I'm not like that. So when you say you wonder how they would feel, they wouldn't feel no way, because they justify them damn selves. And if anything, they just want to use that as a point to say, see, they've been wrong the whole time, because something's wrong up here. I have yet to hear anything about how the Karen fans don't have the same rhetoric about Fatima. Have not wished Fatima ill will. They don't even address it. Hey, Allie. Yes, he definitely admitted to cheat on Karen. Journey with CC, you don't see this cheating babes, and I pray that's not the thing that remains the case, because you deserve better. Don't accept that bullshit. Tamira says Karen is portrayed as strong and independent. I personally find it difficult to connect with her character at times. She often comes across overly defensive, and I don't think I'm stuck in the past when it comes to Karen. Is that every time I think she's developing and going to focus on herself, taking care of a baby, except for visiting the house multiple times. I think that you should investigate that, Tamira. Continue to ask why. Like, you asked why the first time, and then continue to ask why. Why can't you connect with a character who is, or a person, let's not even say character, a person who is strong and independent? And like, try your best to unearth as much as possible. You find it difficult to connect with her because she's strong and independent. That's fair. My middle sister and I struggled for years because, and what she told me was that everything always works out for me. I always figure it out. I have this, and this. I move through the world with confidence, and she just laid out this version of me that was just so impenetrable, that she imagined never suffered, never experienced anything, because what I presented to her was this rock solid, ironclad ass Erica that never struggled for real. All the while, as the eldest granddaughter, well-to-do, 2 degrees, multiple athletic scholarships, D1, like, the amount of struggle I have faced, the amount of obstacles I've had to surmount is insane. But how I am as a person, I don't let everybody see. I'm from Northeast Baltimore City, the hood. Coming up, I was very smart. Coming up, I was very athletic, different, if you will. One of the things that I feel like everybody learns in the hood is you don't let niggas see you vulnerable. You don't let niggas see what could impact you. So you develop some calluses, you develop some guards, you put some walls up so that you can move a certain way. And as you grow, you add to it, you build on it, whatever. In my 20s specifically, because when we had this conversation, I feel like, no, it was right before I was about to turn 30. I think me and my sister had this conversation. Especially, I have had to do a lot on my own. I am completely different than most of my family members, if not all of my family members, and mindset and behavior and choices. I live out here in LA on my own. I do a bunch of on my own. And my sister told me, we got into a huge ass argument, and I was ready to look, I was like, girl, I'm done with you. Whatever your problem is with me, I am done with you. And it wound up coming out to where she kind of felt like that, like, nothing, like, you are just this thing. And it's because I spent years being her big sister, but coming with solutions, coming with answers. I didn't ever show her when I was hurt. I never showed her when I struggled with niggas. I never showed her when I was done with niggas. Like, there are certain people, a lot of people actually, who have never seen Erica fumble or fold, ever. And it's not even till now where I am like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think or what y'all see, because y'all ain't paying my bills, whatever. And I'm more open with it. And it took me revealing certain things for her to be like, oh shit, like, wait a minute, you what happened to you? What went down? So your life isn't charmed? I mean, I didn't know. And like, she brought up certain instances where she's like, yeah, this, and this. And I'm like, well, this is also what happened. And she realized like the hell that I have caught. And I guess I just looked good while doing it, and it readjusted things for her, and it helped shift things for her. So I brought that up for you specifically, Tamara, because if you're struggling with seeing a strong, independent woman and being able to connect with her, is that because you don't believe yourself to be that? Is it because you resent that? Is there somebody who does that in your life and you resent them for it, but you also don't know the full story? Like, there's so much. Like, that's why I said just keep asking why, because there's so much that could be unearthed there. And I said that, okay, cool, not because it's all right for you to resent the person because of it, but I understand that it's a very real thing. And that's the, like, most ready example that I can pull from to be able to try to connect with you. But I would also offer that of, like, are you actually trying to connect with the person who you don't feel like you see yourself in, or you see like you can relate to? Because whether or not you have actually lived Karen's story, which I feel like a lot of what she has experienced, I have experienced. And most of the people who love me don't know that I've experienced it. They don't know it until I say, well, actually, this happened. Actually, this happened. I do a really great job of compartmentalizing and I think hiding many of my damn L's. Only the closest people know to me know my real L's. But I think there has to be a certain level or a certain desire to seek to understand and to seek to be relatable. When you're also in a place of the binary of, like, well, if this person's right, this person got to be wrong. And if you chose Fatima, the whole damn sister stand-up is like, well, if you like Fatima, you can't like Karen. Then that automatically coaches you into a position of you don't even want to figure out where there could be an entry point for you to relate to this character because you've already picked this side. So there's so much that you can actually investigate in that regard. And that's why I'm also calling bullshit for people who come in, and this no shade to you. You did put in the chat, but I'm not like directly talking to you, because I hear it all the time of like, oh, you just hate Zach and Fatima. I've investigated the Zach and the Fatima character so heavily that you could never trivialize my take to, oh, she just hates them. Oh, she just a hater. Actually not. I understand Zach's. And while how I want to say this. While I have given a Zach plenty of leeway, the way that Karen and Fatima has, I also know better now, so I do better, and I hold his ass accountable to such. While I have operated like a Fatima, that doesn't mean that how I have operated and the things I have done are actually okay. And not okay and like, oh, the definitive black and white, right or wrong, but okay in reference to you as a person. Many of the things that people are making excuses for when it comes to the Zach and the Fatima relationship are harmful to Fatima, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. But we so hooked on phonics and stuck on Zach ain't the bad guy that we can't say, Zach, your jealousy is stupid as hell, because we're also not factoring in the type of impact that actually makes on the people around him. I said a lot of words. I will argue, Tamara. Keep asking yourself why, baby. Keep investigating why. Confront your feelings. Confront your thoughts. And not because you need to brainwash yourself or trick yourself into believing you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. Because it will help you know yourself deeper than you ever could have thought you would have known yourself. Ask yourselves why, y'all. At this point, they should call Sistas a team because they become the main characters. Basically, you think if a team intentionally got pregnant, I think there could be something to that. Shirley said that Karen may have called Fatima to tell her that this is Zach's baby. If that's the case, baby, y'all are not going to be able to get me off these writers' ass for the rest of the season. That is idiotic. Not you, Shirley. That particular creative choice would be idiotic. Karen cheated on Zach cheated on Karen with multiple women. Even Danny knows it, and she says otherwise. I will only prove how hypocritical and two-faced under one hat she is. Also, do we not remember the girl who claimed to be pregnant that Zach worked with at the hospital? I mean, not the hospital, at the airport. We're not gonna rewrite history and say that Zach never cheated, because he quite literally came home hat in hand to tell Karen that, oh my God, she's pregnant, but I didn't know I got her pregnant. So yes, he has cheated. That's not even up for debate, y'all. Y'all feel like Fatima got pregnant on purpose because of her insecurities? Keena, they it's a lot going on actually right now. I done went on this damn diatribe about investigating your thoughts and asking yourself why, because Samira was saying that she can't relate to Karen, um, and how Karen has moved. Even though I feel like Karen is the most relatable black woman on this show. But no, actually, okay, I feel like that, but I also have investigated myself and have accepted things about myself, have done shadow work about certain things that like opens me up to be able to say that. I have said on numerous occasions that people hate Karen because there's a certain level of them like hating themselves, and she proudly shows things that I guess a lot of black women don't want to see with themselves or don't want to accept with themselves. And like that's why during like the most, I guess, tumultuous time, I was like, you know what, Karen, hell yeah. Because I've done some crazy too. And I thought I was justified in doing it too. I have laid hands on it. Was I right for doing it? No. But did he have me fucked up? Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and then they're in the chat talking about Fatima. So that's where we at. Dime Clip Entertainment says Danny Maurice are neck and neck with lacking ambition and vision. Maurice didn't glue a damn thing to that damn vision board. Karen is the most stable person on the show, even more stable than the men on there as well. I think, well, I don't think she's more stable than Aaron, but I think that she's up there for sure. I can relate to Karen because I used to be a Zach. That's why I can respect Karen as a woman. It's only so much people can take. That's some powerful stuff to admit. I appreciate admitting it. Child. I wish more of them would admit it, because it's so easy to demonize the woman for how she responds. But taking that accountability, child. Is that it? That's everything that went down in the episode. We talked about everything, right? Karen 100% has the best writing. 100%. Jess, I think that they are about to break up, Karen and Aaron. So prepare yourself. I'm preparing myself. And I already know what we dealing with. Y'all, we got 5 more minutes on here. Anything I missed? Anything else you want to unpack? I thank you, Tamara, and for joining and sharing your thoughts, because that added a different element to the chat tonight. And I appreciate you being honest. You also said, I didn't address this. I meant to address this. She often comes across overly defensive, and I don't think I'm stuck in the past. So then, why do you think that Karen comes through? Why? Okay, not why do you think Karen comes through overly defensive? Do you have you thought of reasons why a woman would get to a place of being overly defensive in her life? I think it's a real thing to dislike a character for the things that you see them do and the things that they actually represent. But I also investigate why. Like with Fatima, for me, I hate that she enables Zach, and then I ask myself, well, why is she enabling Zach? She enabling Zach because she don't want to lose the relationship. She's enabling Zach because it puts her in a position of control within the relationship. She's enabling Zach because she likes the ego stroke that comes with feeding in to life as he sees it and not forcing him to confront himself and evolve. She could be enabling his behavior because it's easier. She could be enabling his behavior because this is her last chance. Zach could be her last hope, and she didn't think that she would get married. She didn't think that she would have kids, and he became this thing. So regardless of what comes, she's going to stick with this because it's the best that she has gotten thus far. And then once I do that, it's like, okay, so then now investigating those additional things. And unfortunately, too many people stop at, well, Karen is just overly defensive, and I don't like that. Without ever thinking of like how she became that way. Why would she have become that kind of person? People don't just fall out the womb with defense mechanisms fully in place and fortified. People don't fall out the womb talking slick. People don't fall out the womb resenting men, right? Like lived experience shapes all of those things and becomes things that you reach for to figure out how to survive life. Keena says it's Zach and Karen and Ingo. I used to think so. I don't know now. I used to think so. But I also think that there's something to be said about Zach, about Tyler not really knowing what the end goal is, which is also part of the problem. Why do you think they had Aaron ask Zach if he thought the note was about him? I think that was low-hanging fruit. And having Aaron ask anything about Karen, especially when something's going wrong with Karen, and tying it back to Zach, is always going to be a thing that they go to. I don't know if they put a lot of thought into it, actually. It just is easy because that's what their history has been. She enables Zach because she's insecure when it comes to relationships. She don't know how she can be of value in a relationship due to her previous relationships. I think that's a very real part of it. I brought that up, right? I brought up my line of thought to give Amira, because Tamira was talking about she can't relate to Karen, and Karen is overly defensive and strong and independent. And I'm trying to mirror like how you investigate the character more before you write them off and just dislike them off of your surface level assessment, and not surface level to take a jab, but like it's what you initially see and what you feel, but then the asking why and the asking why and the asking why will help you unearth other things. And those other things are what you will find as the through lines that could be your way into relating to the character. You don't have to like the character. I'm not saying that anybody has to like Karen, but also you not liking her is not going to stop me from liking her. But I wish more people within the sister stand-up, specifically even the all-American stand-up, would engage with the characters that they hate in a more intentional way, especially before they come trying to project shit onto me. Fatima is Zach's mom in the story. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Danny was your favorite sister tonight? Well, don't watch my breakdown, Stacey. Because if Danny was your favorite sister tonight, you're not going to like what I said. Yeah, just go ahead and skip the breakdown, which will be up, y'all. I did record it before I came on here. Any last thoughts? Tamira, you got anything to add before I get out of here? I know we've been having a little bit of a back and forth. And I want to make sure that there's space for you to respond. I appreciate you for responding thus far. I gotta get ready to get off of here, y'all, because I got Beyond the Gates stuff that I gotta record before I go to bed. I don't think Aaron is insecure either. I am a Karen. I just don't, because although she's independent and strong, portrayed by the writers, they did her dirty because her character, it's like a woman, never get the happy ending. I'm a little confused, honey. I'm a little confused by that. So you know that you are like Karen, but you feel like you can't relate to her, or you know that you're like Karen and you the parts that you see in her, the parts that you also don't like in yourself. That's a question. It's a genuine question. It's not me trying to be facetious. Regia says, I know that this has been said many times, but the only man I want to come back for Andy is Robin. You got to go back to the beginning of this to get my Gary rant. I talked about him first. That's why I'm replacing Sisters with Beyond the Gates. I'm having a ball talking about Beyond the Gates, but I'm behind this week. I did a deep dive for Monday's episode to break down the dialogue, which is going to be a longer video. And then I haven't watched yesterday's episode or today's episode, so I have to do that before I go to bed so I can catch up before tomorrow. And then CBS sends me that damn email tomorrow, so I need to catch up. You hope that this is Gary's farewell? Oh, Tamara, that's it exactly? Okay. Well, if that's it exactly, babes, then it's just going to be your journey with making peace, right? Making peace with the parts of you that you don't actually love. And that's where shadow work comes in. Shadow work is like investigating the not so nice, the not so pretty, the not so well put together parts of yourself. And maybe you don't love them things or learn to love them things, but you accept those things about yourself. And you accept them so much so that you don't allow yourself to shame yourself for it. I think that was the biggest thing, because there's a lot of people who are, first of all, there's a lot of people who are living life just existing, right? Cool. You just existing. But then there's also a lot of people who are living their lives with their eyes on everybody else and everything else outside of themselves, and they're comparing themselves to those people, and those comparisons are what you are allowing to be judge, jury in the trial for how you should see yourself. And you have to take back the power of no, you have to decide what you're good with, regardless of what society wants to see or say that they want to see, regardless of what your mama and daddy want you to do or say that they want you to do, regardless of your friends, your boyfriend, whomever the hell decides to be in your life. Yes, you can want to be a great person for the people that you have in your life, that you love and all of that, but you got to be a person that you want to be for you first, and then everybody else asses need to adjust. I think that people struggle with me, and specifically me riding for Karen so hard, because I could see her going through the thick of it in a decoupling with her and Zach, and knowing what the hell that feel like, being stuck on stupid with that man, obsessed with that man. My Zach, that was the man who taught me that I cannot love a man more than I love myself, because that's what I did with that nigga. I was gone here, gone. And I can look at the Karen character and see all that play out, see certain things that I know are stupid as hell, but I'm not looking at it shameful anymore. I did that. I learned what I need to learn from it, and I move forward, and I'm a better person for it. I have deeper empathy now because of it. And I've been able to reposition certain things that might not be so pretty or might not be so nice or might not be the things that you put forth and that you want to celebrate about your personality. I would like to believe myself to be a girl's girl, but I could also be a mean girl if you're playing games with me. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to advocate for myself. I'm done self-sacrificing on some bullshit. And that's for every goddamn body. I've decentered my father. I've de-pedestalized my parents. I've confronted life and how I see life in a certain way. And prime and paramount, because I do believe myself to be a good person, is what the hell I think. I'm done letting everybody else decide. So if you're saying that, me saying that it's exactly right that you struggle with Karen specifically because she mirrors behaviors and things in you that you don't actually like. Again, it's not for me to say that you have to like the things about yourself that you don't, because you don't. But then you also can change them. But you also still have to forgive yourself. That's what I want to get to. The shadow work, to me, started with forgiving myself for being stupid with this nigga. Forgiving myself for sacrificing myself, for offering my bodies in ways that I didn't actually want to. Just being real with yourself first and foremost, and then forgiving yourself for it, and then also not letting it be a stain moving forward. Okay, you was stupid for a nigga. Okay. Like, there's this one line in this Megan song that I will never forget, that I will never not say. And now it brings a smile to my face. But it's like, but you were stupid. And it's like, how you how you riding for that be asking for a ride? That will never leave my mind because I was that girl. This nigga don't even have no license, Erica. He don't have a license, Erica. What are you doing? But I can say that now with a smile on my face of like, that was a wild ass time and I have no shame for it. And I think that's the part that some of y'all need to get to. Some of y'all need to reflect on your life, reflect on the decisions that you've made, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for it, because then you can forgive others for doing stupid as well. My biggest thing about Fatima is not that she's making all of these stupid ass decisions. It's that she's doing them and then also not actually growing, not actually moving forward. And then on top of that, getting pedestalized while also not evolving. The thing that I can say about the Karen character is that she's been through hell and high water, and we've watched her change. We've watched her be confronted with her ideals. We watch her conform to try to save relationships. We watch her do all of these things, including be accountable for her bullshit, while everybody else don't have to. I appreciate you, Tamara, for being real and sharing that, because I have suspected that has been the case for the people who hate Karen for so long, but I have never had anybody come out and actually say that. And to that, my response is like, you got to make peace with yourself, Bookie. And if that's not the case, if that's not where you're at with your journey, that's also real too, because this is a place that I got to because I felt like I needed to. I felt like I desperately seek peace and happiness, and peace with myself first and foremost, which requires me to audit how I feel, how I think, how I move about the world, how I engage with people. Am I honoring this? Like, that just requires that of me. But some people are not, governed by the same thing. So you might not feel like you're forced to do these things. And that's cool. Again, that might not be the place that you at your journey. But when people come to me and y'all project onto me, no, you are just this thing. I'm like, baby, no. Respectfully and also adamantly, hell no. And one thing I guess I'll leave y'all with is like, people cannot meet you deeper than they have met themselves. And that's one thing that I remind myself every goddamn day walking this earth. And y'all can have that. Thank y'all for joining me. Allie, get well soon. Look out for the breakdown, which will be posted, if not tonight, the first thing tomorrow. Yeah, this is what this is all about. Using Sistas as a platform to springboard into real lived experience conversation, real life conversations, and hopefully the things that I shared help tonight. Again, thank y'all so much for joining me and for just engaging in the ways that you guys have. I hope that you enjoy this. If you catch this on replay, still share your thoughts. Please post in the comment section. Check out some of this other stuff on the channel. If you like what I'm putting down here and you just watch Sistas, I'm covering quite a bit, y'all. I'm covering quite a bit. Get into it. A lot of what you're hearing in my critique on Sistas and my conversation around Sistas is also in my critique of other things, especially Beyond the Gates. Like, I am having a time right now on Beyond the Gates, getting down to the nitty gritty. But check out some of my other content. Again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here each and every week. Shout out to all of the mainstays, the real ones who've been here for quite a while. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Y'all be safe. Y'all check in with yourselves and ask yourself why. Let's do that. I appreciate y'all. We're going to see you next week. Good night.